Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly CRM Connect call here at Sales Process. How is everybody doing today? Good to see some new faces. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Okay, let me just get my screen sorted here. My name is Tamara. For all the new faces, I am the host of the weekly CRM Connect call here at Sales Process, and I also host the Funnel Forging call. And so today we're going to talk about some of the foundational workflows or automations that really are going to make your life a lot easier as a business owner. Automation is the purpose of automation is to do the heavy lifting, that background admin process in our business that is repeated. It's repetitive tasks that we can have taken off of our plate so we don't have to think about it. It helps improve our service to our clients, and it just makes life a little bit easier. So today we're going to talk about the foundational pieces of about 5 workflows that you need to have in your business. And we're going to go over why you need them, what they do, how to build them. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But as we always do at the beginning of our calls, we are going to talk about the framework that Peng Joon and his team use. And the reason we talk about this framework so much is because this is the foundation of Sales Process. This is the foundation of Peng Joon's business. This is why he is so successful, and he wants to share that with you. There's no gatekeeping here. This is what he uses to build his business. And he wants to be able to see you succeed in your businesses by using this framework. Now, of course, every business is different. Every business owner has unique needs, but understanding these 5 sort of important pillars in your business using this software is really important. It's going to make your life easier. It's going to make your life, you're going to know what is the next step that I need to take. Because sometimes as business owners, that's the thing. We're not sure what's the next step, right? And so this framework acts like a map. It acts like a map for you so that you can know what is the next step. So I'm going to open up some slides and we're going to go over the exponential growth formula. And we're going to talk about the pillars that is going to help your business grow. And we're going to look at the framework that Peng Joon uses. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. All right. So this is called the exponential growth formula. And there really are 5 pieces to this formula that are going to make your business successful, right? Every business needs leads, right? Number one thing is we need leads. Then we need conversions or sales, right? We need the income coming into our business. We need the ability to take the leads that we get and convert them into sales. And how can we do that using this software, right? Number 3 is average cart value, increasing how much our customers spend with us every time they purchase. How can we easily implement that strategy to get them to buy more and make it very seamless? Then the number 4 strategy is we want them coming back, right? We want to, how many times do they buy from us? What's the frequency of that happy customer, right? And your customer's not going to come back if they're not happy. And so how do we continue to stay in touch with them? How do we continue to serve them in between their purchases? How do we continue to educate them about our solutions? All of that is a fundamental foundation pillar in your business. And then the number 5 one, and because I'm a little bit of a tech nerd, it's my favorite. It's the systems and processes that go into your business, right? What are those systems and processes supposed to look like? And how does using sales process make your life easier? So this is the formula that we use. These 5 things are what we focus on here at Sales Process, building these out so that you can create this automated machine that is your business and that takes care of your customers, right? So the framework that Peng Joon and his team use and focus on is this roadmap right here. This is the framework of taking a look at your market. Who are your people? Who are they? How do we get them to notice us? How do we let them know that we have what they need? What's our messaging to them to get them to come and take a look at our business? How do we do that using these several sources of traffic, right? So social media. How can I get my message to my ideal client? And inside of your sales process software, you have a social media scheduler where you can take the content, take your messaging that you create for your customers, and put that into your sales process account to schedule out to all of your social media channels. Then we talk about paid ads is an important source of traffic. And this is a foundational piece of traffic inside of Peng Joon's framework, inside of his business. Marcus is our ads genius here at Sales Process, and he has spent years fine-tuning the process that he uses to pay for advertising for the business of Peng Joon, right? Of Peng Joon's. Then there's SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. And inside of Sales Process, the big piece that we use to optimize and capitalize on SEO is blogging. There is a blogging feature inside of your Sales Process account that you can use. And this helps you rank on Google inside of search engines. And it helps you get organic traffic that you don't pay for. Basically, what you're doing is you are coming up in people's searches on Google as the solution to their problem. And you can use Sales Process to help you do that. The fourth one here is referrals. This is my favorite because this is about relationships. This is about your customers sharing their experience with your business and telling others how much they loved it, right? And you have tools inside of your Sales Process account. There are Google reviews and reputation management that you can use inside of Sales Process to help you capitalize on those referrals. Help customers tell others about you. And make that a system, that number 5 pillar in your business, make that a system that you can set and allow to run in the background. Collect those reviews, collect that reputation management piece of your business, and use it and let that run in the background. Then, of course, we talk about email, right? Because email is an important piece of any online business. Email is an important piece of brick and mortar business nowadays, right? Every business needs to have an email list of their customers because your email list is actual traffic that you own, right? You own that email list. You decide when you send out emails and let people know about different things going on in your business. You own that and no one can take it away from you. Whereas social media, that's owned by the platform. They can decide to shut you down. They can decide to, or with even with what's going on in the United States right now, TikTok is supposed to be banned on January 19th of this month, right? And if you've built your entire platform on TikTok and not taken the time to build an email list, you could lose your entire audience because a platform gets banned in your country, right? And so email is what we call traffic that you own. And so it's important to build systems to be able to collect people's email addresses, to collect their name, information, and then stay in touch with them through email. And then we have text message marketing. This is also known as SMS marketing. And this is a very popular communication marketing channel here in Canada, where I'm from, and also in the United States. This is something that we see businesses using more and more of because inboxes, as valuable as your email list is, it's a very noisy world out there, right? I don't know about you, but I have an inbox that has over 10,000 unread messages in it. I don't like to admit that to anybody, but it's true. And so SMS is something that we can use to get into our customers or get in front of our customers' eyes a lot easier, because who doesn't have their phone in their hand or very close by all the time, right? So if a text goes off on your phone, you're going to look at it. You're going to see it and read it and possibly respond to it. And so this is a very popular method of communication. And then this one, conversations, is also, I love referrals and conversations because conversations are the lifeline of any business. And if you can have more conversations with the people that you serve, you will have a more successful business. And the conversation features inside a sales process that work the best are WhatsApp, web chat. We have web chat widget features. We have your Facebook and Instagram instant messaging that you can build systems around to have more conversations with your audience, right? And then the framework takes that traffic, takes anybody that comes into your world here, and we create what is called the top of the funnel. And the top of the funnel is where our leads go, right? This is the systems that we use to collect leads. And a lead is someone who decides to give you their email, their name, in exchange for something free, right? Free that you're giving them. Either that's a lead magnet, so it could be, a checklist that you're offering them. It could be to spend time with you during a webinar or a challenge. Even low ticket and event funnels are considered top of funnel, top of collecting leads in your business. And we provide you with systems that once a person becomes a lead, how do we drive them down through our funnel where we have more services to sell them in the form of upsells, order bumps, recurring subscriptions, right? And all of these systems that we build and that we help you build here at Sales Process live in one place, live inside of your sales process account. You don't have to try to cobble together all these different softwares to make it work, right? And so today, what we're going to be talking about and what we're looking at inside of this framework are some of the systems, some of the fundamental automations or workflows. You'll hear me use those two terms today, automation, workflow. It means the same thing. Just so we know, just so we're clear. And we're going to talk about the 5 of those that we need in our business, okay? Now, um, the rest of this framework we go over in detail in different courses and classes here during office hours. But basically, we want to continue to progress our customer through to our higher ticket items, to our, services that are higher ticket, like a strategy sessions, coaching programs, anything that's high ticket. And we want to be able to tag those people or segment them into sections. Who bought, who didn't buy? Can we tell why they didn't buy? Is there any way that we can create systems around how can we follow up with them, and how can we change their mind, right? And ultimately, the complete goal of this framework is to create that loyal customer that will give you a good review, that will help you with your reputation management. And then, of course, on the outside of this framework, that these 2 pieces are so important, is the measuring and tracking capabilities that you have inside of your account, and also the ability to experiment and optimize, right? We have tools that you can use to experiment, and experiment by I mean split testing. So if you've heard of split testing, that's where you take one landing page and you change the headline on it. And so you run both versions of that landing page, one with this headline on it, one with this headline on it, and you see which one performs better. You run traffic to those landing pages, and we have systems inside of the software that can help you track, well, which one is the client responding to? And then you would be able to tell which one is actually converting for you. The one thing that I want you guys to know is that there are no guarantees in this world, right? There's no, if you hear somebody tell you this is going to work for you every single time for your business, that is a lie. It's a lie because, number one, they don't know your audience. They don't know who your person is. They don't know the solution that you provide. And so each business is unique. And you're always going to be experimenting and tweaking and optimizing to find the right way to speak to, the right way to serve your audience. Okay? So now that we've talked a little bit about the framework, we're going to talk about the 5 essential workflows that every business needs and how we can build those inside of your sales process account. So I encourage you to bring up your sales process account on the screen. You can follow along with me. Please feel free to unmute and ask questions or throw them into the chat if you have any questions as we're going along. And we are going to start. Let me just get my demo account opened up here. So again, I talk about automation and workflow. Those are the same things. They are exactly the same thing. We're going to talk about the 5 must-have workflows for your business. And I'm going to list them off here. And what your homework is today for office hours. We assign homework here. If you're new and you haven't been here before, we assign homework here. And for homework, you will be asked to create at least 2 of the 5 workflows that we're going to go over today. Okay. And so then you will take a screenshot of those 2 workflows that you build. You're going to post them in the Facebook group, and that it will be your entry for the contest that we run. Okay. So the first workflow that we're going to talk about is we talked about the importance of an email list. We're going to talk about a welcome email sequence. So an email sequence is a series of emails that you send out to a new lead that comes into your world, right? So maybe they signed up to attend your webinar and you bring them into your world. How do you educate them? How do you communicate with them? How do you let them know what your business is about, how you can serve them? You can do this through a welcome email sequence. And so we're going to go into sales process now, and we're going to build out an email sequence. All right. What I recommend whenever we talk about workflows or anything like that is I recommend that if it involves email, write those first. That's the hardest piece, right? Have you ever heard about or read the book Eat the Frog? That's about, tackling the hardest part of a project first, getting that out of the way. For myself, writing the email is always the hardest. So if I decide, okay, my welcome email sequence is going to have 5 emails in it, I'm going to write those first, right? I'm going to write all those emails out. I'm going to decide what is the goal of each of those emails. Pick only like one action or one call to action that you want your reader to take. And we always want to include a call to action in all of our emails, right? Because what we want is we want them to get used to reading our emails and taking action. And taking action means clicking a link in your email or replying to your email. Those are the 2 most important actions that they can take inside of your emails. And we want to get them doing that right from the very beginning. So every email message should contain a call to action. So I would write out the emails first. And let's say I decide my email sequence, when someone new comes into my world, is going to have 5 messages in it. I'm going to send those messages out after they attend my webinar and after they sign up for one of my lead magnets. Because where I see businesses make the mistake is they will spend time building a lead magnet funnel. They will spend time getting those leads, and the people will give you their email address in exchange for that lead magnet, and then they don't hear from you again, right? And so this welcome sequence is one of those systems that you can build once, and it runs in the background all the time as you continue to collect leads. So let's go and take a look at my screen, and we're going to jump into sharing that welcome sequence with you. So the point that we are sort of at in this build, I've written all my emails. I've decided I'm writing 5 emails in my welcome sequence. Now I need to build out that automation, right? So we're going to go over here in our sales process account. We're going to go to automations. And this is where we build out all of our workflows for all of our systems inside of sales process. Now, I recommend using folders sort of to organize yourself in this area, right? So if you have, it really depends on how you want to organize it. And what I would do is I would call this probably like, I would put this in my leads folder, because this is something where they're going to come in and they're going to come into my world, and this is the system that I create to nurture them with. So you can create a folder. You just give your folder a name, and I'm putting zeros in front of it here because that will help it pop up at the very top of my list. And as you can see, I have pages and pages and pages of workflows in here because we've built in here quite a few times. So I'm going to name this leads. That's the folder. I'm going to create that. And then as you can see here, it's right here that I created that. Then I'm going to open that folder and I'm going to create my workflow. So this workflow I'm in here. When you click create workflow, it opens up this here. And what these are called recipes. So these are pre-built workflows that you can use and then just tweak and connect to your funnels, to whatever the triggers are in those workflows. So I'll show you around in here a little bit. This is called an email drip sequence, and that is very much what we are building today. Okay, so you can build a workflow from scratch, or you can take a look through here at these recipes, and maybe there's one that's already built that it will serve your purpose and you just need to tweak it a little bit, right? So I'm going to show you this email drip sequence, and I'm also going to show you how to build one from scratch, okay? So we're going to select this one. And we're going to take a look at how it is. There we go. This one's really nice because it's actually looking to see for them to actually take an action for opening the email. So you send them an email and then it looks to see, do they open it? And it waits, the system waits for them to open it. And it doesn't move them forward in the workflow until they open it or until one day passes. And then once the email is open, it's looking to see, or if it's not open, if a day goes by and they didn't open it, it sends them down two different paths. This condition is saying, did the email get opened? Yes or no. And if it did, these are the actions I want you to take. If it didn't, these are the actions I want you to take. So this is a little bit more of a complex one, but it is a recipe that's pre-built and that you can use, right? So we know this one is here. I'm just going to call this. And we'll know we can save that one. But I want to take you through the steps of building out a different type of email drip sequence or email welcome sequence, okay? So we're going to go out of here. We're still in our folder. You can tell here because it says back or our leads folder here. So I'm going to build another workflow. I'm going to create a workflow and it's going to say select a recipe or start from scratch. I'm going to start from scratch. Now, we're not actually going to use a trigger in this workflow. And the reason we're not going to use a trigger is because when they sign up for our lead magnet, they're going to end up in a different workflow. And the workflow trigger in that workflow is going to be the form that they filled out is going to act as a trigger. And then what happens is they would go through a workflow where they get tagged as someone who opted in for our lead magnet. And we sent them the email with the lead magnet in it or with access to the lead magnet. And then at the end of that workflow, we would put an add to workflow action where they get dumped into this workflow, which is going to be our welcome sequence. So I'm just going to put my name on here and we're going to put, there we go. So we don't actually need a trigger for this because what we're doing is we're having one workflow add to this workflow. So as soon as anybody signs up for our lead magnet, they're going to go through that workflow and then they're going to get added to this workflow. And so the first item that we're going to put in here is that we don't want to bombard them with emails the first time they come into our world. So we're going to put a wait step right at the very top. So we want the system to wait. And so what I'm doing here is I use the search function. Before I get ahead of myself, I'll just show you what I did here. I clicked on this plus button. And this plus button will bring up that side panel where all of my actions in workflows live. Then I use the search function here to help me quickly get to an action. And so your goal, you'll get to know these names over time as you use a system more, but we want to use a wait action. And so I type in the word wait and it brings up that action. So I'll click on the wait action. And inside here, you have a couple of different things that you can choose from. So a wait step can do a time delay, and then you tell the system what the time delay is. It can be based on the start of an event or an appointment, or it can wait until before or after an invoice due date. So those are the three types of waits that you can create. Today we're using time delay for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to wait 1 day. So it's going to put them into this workflow, and then they will sit inside this action for 1 day. All right. And we're going to click save. Oh, I'm going to show you one other trick here. When you set up your wait action, I like to add up here at the top, wait 1 day. I'm telling that to the system. It's not necessary for the system to know that that's what it needs to say. But if you see here, now it says wait 1 day here. I don't have to open this action to find out how long do I have them set up to wait, right? Otherwise, I have to open the action to find out how long did I set the wait time for. So that's just a little trick that I like to use because then you don't have to open the action. So a sequence then becomes, okay, so after we wait 1 day, what happens? We want to send them an email, right? So we're going to click on the plus button and we're going to put in email. And here you're going to see there's a couple different things that come up, but we want to send them an email, okay? And so on the panel here, it's going to say, here's my action name. And lots of times I like to say, I'll expand on this. Like, what is the name of my email that I'm sending them? And I'll just put in here, it's email number 1 in my welcome sequence. Now, you don't have to fill this out because the system will pull the information from your business profile in sales process. So you can leave this blank, or you can fill it out if you want. But I recommend leaving it blank because then it will just pull your marketing email address, and that's the one we want to use to send from. Now, you have the opportunity here to either build email templates that you pull in. So we can click down here and we can choose a template that we've built previously. And if we do that, if we use a template, let's just see, do we have anything here that's we'll do this. If there's a subject line attached to this template, it would populate here. If not, then you can put in a subject line. We want to always make our subject lines curiosity invoking, because the subject line is what is going to make them either open our email or ignore our email, right? So we want to say something like, did you know? And just leave it at that. And then here is our template for our email. Or if you don't want to use a template, you can use and write your email right in this editor right here. So you have two options when you're building a workflow. My preference is to build the templates first and then pull them into the workflow. But you can also just write the email here. And I'm not going to write out a whole email, but this is where you would put your email copy in here, okay? And then you can also test your emails here. You can send a test to yourself. You can put your email address in here and then send test email. And I just saw a chat come in, or a message come in. Oh, that's just an AI bot or something talking to us. Okay, so after we have our email, and we're gonna put it back in here, our subject line, and we're going to save that action. And so this is what that looks like. It looks like a little email icon, and it tells us which email it is, right? And remember I said we want to build out a 5-message email sequence. This is our welcome sequence. So then what is the next step? After the system sends out the email, what do we want the system to do next? We want it to wait again, right? So an easy trick is we can copy actions as well in workflows. So if you click on these 3 dots here, you can go over to copy and click on copy. And it gives you an option. It gives you, I can copy just the wait action, or I can copy all the actions from the wait down. So I can copy this action and the email action. So I'm going to copy all of the actions, and then I'm going to go in and tweak them. So I clicked on that, and then I go over here and I want it right underneath this action. So I click on copy here, and then it copies these actions. So after I send out this email, I am going to change this to 2 days instead of 1 day. So I'll change this to 2 days and I'll save it. And then I want to send out email number 2 in the sequence, right? So I would go over here and send out email number 2 in my welcome sequence. And then of course it's just a matter of putting that email that I previously wrote and putting it in there. And so all we're going to do for the rest of this is just copy all 4 actions and paste them down here. And we can then go in and tweak those actions. So maybe I'll say, okay, now I want to just wait another 2 days in between and send email number 3, right? And then wait another 2 days and send email number 4. And then I'll copy this here because I only need 1 more wait step and 1 more email step. Copy. And I'll wait 2 days and send email number 5. Right? So that is a very simple 5 email welcome sequence. So we would save that. And if it was ready to go, we would publish it as well. So right now it's in draft form, but up here on the right-hand corner, you can see there's a toggle to publish it. So that is your 5-step email sequence. Now yours doesn't have to have 5 messages in it. It can have as many messages as you want. You can have 2, you can have 3, but this is what a welcome sequence looks like. The recipe is a little bit more complex. It's using a little bit of a different strategy, but this is the welcome sequence that we're building today. This is the one that you can recreate for your homework piece. Does anyone have any questions about the email sequence that we just built? I'll stop sharing here for a sec.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what if you got the emails wrong? Like, does it, when it bounces back, it's not the right email address? What does the
Okay.
system do? Does it alert you?
So no, it doesn't alert you, but it does. If you want, you can create an alert. If you want to, you can create a workflow that alerts you if an email bounces, but the system doesn't automatically alert you. But you can see that the email has bounced inside of their contact record. You'll see that it's bounced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, so we're going to move on to the second workflow that we need to have in our business, and that is just an appointment reminder and follow-up for say you have an appointment or a sales call that your customer has asked to have, right? So that's going to be the next one that we're going to build inside of our account. So I'm going to share my screen again. All right. And we are going to go and build that. So I'm going to leave this in the same folder here. Obviously, you can organize yours differently. If you want to create a folder just for your appointments, you can do that. But we're going to build a workflow now that is there. This workflow is going to confirm their appointment and then follow up with them with reminders to show up. And this is really important. This is a really important and must-have workflow so that your clients know and get reminded to show up for their appointments with you, okay? And this one, I like the recipe for this one. So we're going to go create workflow. We're going to use a recipe, okay? So we're going to select a recipe. And inside here, we're going to look for the one that is the appointment recipe. Appointment confirmation and reminder. So the recipe appointment booking. Now this one is appointment confirmation and reminder, and it also sends out a survey for after their appointment and requests a review. Or yes, requests a review, like a Google review, right? So that is one of the recipes. We're just going to focus on just a simple appointment booking. So I'm going to use this one. So I'll select this and it's just going to load that into my account. All right. So this is here we are asking our client to confirm their appointment. So what happens is a trigger is created with a contact tag. And so this isn't the simplest way to build this, but this has changed a little bit. So I'm actually going to, you can use this recipe, but the trigger is a little bit different than what I would build. So you can definitely use this one. What you're seeing here is that a contact tag is added to the person who booked the appointment. That's the trigger. And then it's sending them an SMS or a text message. So let's open that up and take a look. It says, hey, contact name, thanks for taking advantage of our offer. Your next step is to book a quick consultation call. Is now a good time to get you booked in. And then it's using these kind of weird looking things in here. These are called custom values inside of these curly brackets. This will pull in the information. It'll pull in their first name. It will pull in your name and your business name here. So it automatically, these are dynamic custom values, and it will pull in that information there. So this is one way to do this, okay? So they've changed this recipe a little bit. I'm going to show you a simple appointment confirmation here. So we're going to go back here. And I'm going to create a workflow. And I'm going to create it from scratch. And here, the trigger is going to be appointment. And it's going to be appointment status is the action that I'm looking for in this trigger. So the appointment status, then I have to use some filters to tell the system what is the appointment status that's going to fire off this workflow. It's going to be a normal event, that's fine. Then we're going to click here and go appointment status is, and the appointment status is confirmed. That's what we're looking for, okay? So up here, I would put appointment status confirmed. and save the trigger. So when our calendars, the way they are set up, is that they automatically default to a confirmed status. You can change that. And if we are going over calendars, we would go through that. But what it does is anytime somebody books an appointment, it will default to confirmed status. And so this is telling the system whenever a new appointment is booked and the status is confirmed, this will be the trigger that fires off this workflow. You can get more granular here. You can say only in this calendar type, so only for this type of appointment. There's a multitude of different ways that you can make this more granular, but this is what we're building here is going to be for any appointment that is booked and confirmed, this will trigger, right? And so immediately what we want to do is we want to send them a confirmation email, right? So we're going to send a confirmation email. And inside the email, your subject line would be your appointment with, and then you can put in here your name. It is confirmed. And then in the email that you send out with the confirmation name, you want to make sure that you have the meeting location details, right? So where is the meeting being held? And you can use these custom values. So this little tag here allows you to pull that information in. So if we click on this, you'll see that here's all the custom values for contacts, users, appointments. So let's go into appointment. And here it's going to say start date and time. So we definitely want to use that, right? We want to confirm your appointment is on this day at this time. So I would use that. And in front of it, I would put here and then that custom value behind there. Your appointment is on. And then you could, if it's a virtual one like Zoom, you can say, meet me on Zoom here. And then you could use custom values again. And we're still in the appointment one. And we would look for the meeting location. Now, this can be a Zoom link, or it can be an actual physical address as well. So you can choose that. And so what that does is it will dynamically fill in this information based on their booking appointment. Okay. And then of course you would, put some more information in there about how you're looking forward to seeing them and all that. So this here is the confirmation email, right? Save that. Okay. Now, the next step is a wait step that we're going to put in here. And we want to wait. And here, instead of a time delay, we're going to base this on their appointment. So we're going to click into this drop down and we're going to choose based on the appointment day and time. And then you'll see this part here changed, right? So it gives us the option to decide we're going to wait until how long before or after or the exact time of their appointment, right? So we're going to say, I want to send them a reminder how many days before our appointment time. I'm going to send them one day before. Okay. And then what this means here is that if the timing of this wait step is already in the past, how should the contact proceed? So let's say they booked their appointment for tomorrow at this, so let's say they booked their appointment for 12 hours from now. Well, then I don't want this 24-hour reminder to go out, right? What do I want the contact to do? I want it to skip ahead to the next communication. So I would choose this here, right? So I'll save that. Oh, I forgot to do my little trick here. So I'm going to say wait 1 day before appointment. And then I want to send them a reminder, right? So I'm just going to copy this for, and put this here. And I'm going to change this to be 24-hour appointment reminder. Okay. Now I want to build in another wait time. So I'm actually going to just copy this and put it here. And then I'm going to say, instead of 1 day, now I want to wait 1 hour before. 1 hour. So I'm going to change this to 0. And I'm going to go into the hours column and wait 1 hour before. And oops, I don't want to change that. I want it to stay here. And save. And then I want to send them another email, right? So I'll copy this, copy it down here, and this is going to be my 1 hour appointment reminder. Okay. And then you could choose to send them an email for after your meeting. So you could build in an automation where we'll copy this just for ease. We'll copy it and then we'll put this here and we'll change this to after. And you could make it, say your meeting is an hour long. So this is going to be based on the start of your meeting. So maybe you want to send them a message 2 hours after your meeting time. So wait 2 hours after appointment, and we'll save that. And let's just say we want to send a thank you or a follow up with them, right? So we'll copy this and we would send and in here you could say, thanks so much. It was so great meeting with you today. You know, you can make it really generic. You can ask them for feedback in your email. You can say, you know, what were your thoughts after our meeting or something like that in order to try and get them to reply, right? It's always great to do that. And so then this would send 2 hours after the start time of your meeting. And now you've created this system that will run anytime someone books an appointment with you. They'll get a confirmation email. They will get a 24-hour reminder. They will also get a 1 hour reminder. And then they will get a follow-up that says, thanks for meeting with me. Can I get some feedback from you, right? Or however you want that to work. So this is workflow number 2. Now I see from our time here that we are going to have to do these at the next CRM call. So next Thursday, we will finish out the last 3 workflows. But for this week's homework, if you can build the 2 workflows that we just went over, so the welcome sequence, and this one is here, our appointment, confirmation, and reminders, right? That's this one. We'll save that. Any questions about this workflow?
Is it possible to drop it in the chat, like exactly what we need to do?
Yes, sure.
Okay, thanks.
Let me check. Okay. So as we are doing that, I will just go back here and I want to go over how to submit your homework, okay? So I'm gonna just stop sharing here for a second, and I will bring up our slides again. And okay. So for our homework, it's going to be to build those two workflows that we did today. And then you can get your entry in for the monthly contest, right? So we'll go through that here. So we run a contest here at Sales Process. It's called Sales Process Wins. And what you do is you take screenshots of your homework assignments from today and you post them inside of the Facebook group. If you're not inside the Facebook group, let's go back here into your Sales Process account. You can find the link here to join our community, okay? You click on join our community and you request to join. Use your email address that you have your Sales Process account set up with, that when you answer the questions, because that's how you'll get admitted into the Facebook group. So you can join the Facebook group and then you can submit your homework. So you're going to create a post inside the Facebook community. You're going to upload the 2 screenshots from the workflows that we built today. And you're going to use the hashtag Sales Process Wins with your post. And then you're also going to tell us about your biggest takeaway from today's teaching. How is this going to improve the systems in your business? What sort of ideas kind of sparked from what we built today? Because I know whenever I think about building workflows, I think about different ways that I could use it in my business, right? So your homework today is to build those 2 foundational workflows and create the screenshots for us. And then you have 48 hours from the day of the call here to complete your homework and put that into the Facebook group. And then we have our prizes for the contest. We have 3 prizes. And first prize is a one-on-one strategy session with Peng Joon. He will sit down with you. He will look at your offer. He will look at your sales funnel if you have that built. He will look at your traffic strategy. He will look at how to optimize all of that. And he would tell you what he would do if this was his offer. And so this, I mean, people pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get strategy sessions with Peng Joon. So this is really a priceless offer. And you also get a ticket to the Internet Mastery Retreat that he is hosting here in Q1. Second prize is a traffic strategy with Marcus. Marcus is the agency's brains. He is an ads genius. And what he will do is he will look at your ads strategy. He will look at how your ads are performing right now if you're running ads. He will look at how he would do some split testing on your ads. He'll show you how to wring every single dollar out of your ad spend to get the most out of it. He'll tell you what he would do. And you also get a ticket to the live Internet Mastery Retreat that's happening. Okay. And then third place is that ticket to the live mastery, Internet Mastery Retreat. Okay. And so this is a live event. If you don't win the contest, please consider going, because live events, they will change your life. They will change your business. I have gone and they just make such a difference in the momentum that you can build to really take off in your business. So in the next 48 hours, post your biggest takeaway and Sales Process Wins hashtag with your screenshots. And the draw is made at the end of January. So we just drew for our December winners here a week ago. And so we'll do another draw at the end of January for all of the entries. And your entry is valid only if you post within the next 48 hours from the day of today. And you have the opportunity to enter 5 times a week, because every sales process office hours, we assign homework. And these are the days and times of those office hours. So we have an office hours on Monday, we have office hours on Tuesday. This is my other class that I teach, funnel forging. Then there's Wednesday, and today's class is CRM Connect, and then Friday. And the Friday, Wednesday, and Monday, they have different hosts, all amazing, all really good information that you're going to glean from those. If you can attend, that's great. And of course, you get 5 opportunities to enter to win the contest. All right, so let me just stop sharing here. I'm going to check the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Any questions? Any
That was
questions?
great. I'm new, so I've just joined, and yeah, we'll give it a go. Thanks
Welcome,
a lot.
welcome. Have
Yeah.
you found our tutorial library and all of
No,
that?
not yet. I haven't, because I just got back to work this week. I know you mentioned it just before Christmas holidays.
Yes.
So I'll
Yeah,
go to the library, and yes.
I'll share here because so we have our 5 days office hours, but I also want to show you where you can get support so that you're not bound to just those times. So inside of your sales process, we have obviously the community here. We have a section here called New Start Here. And if you click here, it's going to talk to you about the 5 core functions, where you should start. It just helps walk you through kind of how you can get support here. It talks about when our office hours are. And then we also have a sales process university here. This is where we have all sorts of training. This is how you can access the replays from these calls. You just have to enroll here in the sales university, and then you get the login information. And then I also want to point out 24/7, we have live chat support here in the bubble right down here. So you can get live chat support at any time. So if you're working away, and you run into an issue and you don't know how to do something, please don't pull your hair out. Please don't bang your head against a brick wall trying to figure it out. Use the support that we have here at Sales Process so that we can better serve you and keep you moving forward, right? That's always we never want tech or any sort of software issue to delay the momentum that you're building in building your business. So please use the support that's provided, and we can definitely keep you moving. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Kate says she's got a problem connecting another Instagram. Oh, okay. Thank you, Kate, for letting me know that. Yes. Thank you. I will request that from the team to remove that piece of the recording. That's great. Thank you so much for that. Letting me know about that. I will send a message to them right after we jump off of this call. So thank you for letting me know that. And I just want to thank everyone for coming to this week's CRM Connect call. I love seeing you guys here. I am back next week at the Funnel Forging call. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And remember, if you have questions, come and get support, come get help here. That's what we're here for. And we will see you guys next week. Awesome. Amazing. Have a great week, everyone.